Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्परम्। Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. 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 Om Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadyayiniim Ambatvam Anusantadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatvishini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha. Devaya tasmai namaha. Everything else is okay there? I'm not able to hear this. Verse number 40. न ततस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यतेभिः स्यात् त्रिभिर्गुणैः. In this world, in this earth, so to say, in reduced little, or in the heavens, Divi, or among the gods, Deveshu va punaha. Again, there is nothing in this world yat ebihi tribihi gunaihi prakriti janaihi muktam nasyat. There is nothing that is not having the qualities of the Prakriti. Prakriti is that which is said to be the cause of the creation. In Vedanta, the creation is drishti srishti. As you see, it will be there. आप देख रहे हो इसलिए है therefore you are seeing, not that way. You are seeing, therefore it is there, not that it is there, therefore you are seeing. Think. The Sankhyan philosophy holds the view that pradanaha cha purushasya, these two of them, dvau sanatanau, both of them are said to be eternal, both are realities, both are equally there at all times. And that is the view of the science today, that the world of matter is as real as the soul. The soul, and what I mean by that is the living being. So you as a living being, I as a living being have been there forever. That relieves us, Swamiji. We are always there forever. Timeless, eternal, beginningless, endless. And the world of matter also equally is there forever. For if you simply look at yourself, you would say, before I came into this world, sun was there, moon was there, sky was there, water was there, earth was there, mountains were there, trees were there, plants were there, all that. Therefore, our immediate conclusion is what? The world was there even before I came. So that is our usual conclusion. But when are you looking at from this body standpoint? From this body has come into being, you're saying from the day I am born from this body, it was there before. The question is that this body is not your beginning. The actual question is, where is your beginning? Your beginning is only when your body is born. Birthday, Swamiji, my birthday. Which birthday? Body's birthday, right? 70 years or 80 years old. Soul's birthday. It has no beginning, therefore you cannot have a birthday also. Swamiji, that is very disappointing. If I don't know my birthday, how will I celebrate then? The interesting thing is we have no death day also. So, our immediate conclusion is the earth was there much before me, or everything else, the matter was there. But Vedanta says, what you see is because you see. Now let me ask this question. Your dream is there before you see? There? Huh? Or is it there hanging around somewhere and you go and see it? Is it a movie theater going on in the movie theater and you go and buy a ticket and then, now I see my dream there. Is it so? It is not, right? So, like my dream is something I see because I am there to see. And that is the reason why you can end the dream and go to sleep also. If it is always there, then what happens? I can withdraw when I want, and then I withdraw, it is no more. So standpoint of Vedanta is that this matter also is of that same thing. The so-called world that you're seeing is also because of the fact that you are seeing. But here Bhagavan Krishna says that world which you are experiencing in everyday life is also divided according to these kind of qualities of the thoughts that you have. Even taken it for granted that there is a world that which is created, even that world is consisting of these three broad qualities: Sattvika, Rajasika, and Tamasika. Sattvic, the pure; Rajasic, the active; Tamasic, the inert, lazy, ignorance, dull-witted, indulging, inadvertent, sleepy, erroneous. Oh, Swamiji, you are talking about me? No, no. So, interesting thing is, we have the experiences of all the three every day. Presently, you are in a sattvic mode. Most of you, I cannot say 100%. Because you are listening, hearing, understanding, thinking, analyzing. So, very fact that you are in the process of jnanam, knowing, understanding, that mode of the mind is called sattvic. The nature of sattva is jnanam. And the moment you finish the class and go out, look for your slippers, rajas starts. Or not even go to this thing for looking for slippers. Go to the dining hall itself, it starts. Where is my sweet? My prasad? Mine. So the moment the me and mine starts, the action of the body starts to trigger. Rajas is known for action. Rajasaha karma evacha. Sattvasya jnanam rajasaha karma. After that, you go home and then have a nice lunch and then sit in front of the TV. Your wife will say, no, we have to go to the shop and then we have to get some things done for the week. Later. Why are you disturbing me on a Sunday afternoon? Tamas. Lazy. Inactivity. Ignorance. You are not ready to even have any process of knowledge, thinking, deciding, planning, nothing. So every day we go through these three experiences. No one is devoid of this. That's what he says. Nacha asti nadadasti pradivyam va divi deveshu va punaha satyam prakriti yuktam yad ebi syat tripirgunaihi. No one, nothing in this world which is devoid of these three qualities. What you eat, what you read, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you touch, what you interact with, whom you interact with, how you interact, everything is decided by these three qualities. If you continue to expose yourself to people who are rajasic by nature, or eat the food of rajasic nature, or read the books or watch movies of rajasic nature, then that becomes predominant in your personality slowly, slowly. Prakriti always works slowly only. It doesn't suddenly happen. Everything starts to happen and develops into a certain point. So as I expose myself to what is sattvic outside, so will be the sattvic pravritti in me, the quality. When I start exposing myself to people and food and other things about rajasic nature, then rajas becomes my nature, predominant nature. On the other hand, tamas. When I am dealing with people of tamasic nature, who always talk about ill of others, they talk about always anything that is indulging. Party, what do you call it? Party dogs, huh? What is it? Party monkeys. Animals, okay, party animals. Drink, go drink. So then this mood is always like that. So anything and everything in this world is none other than these three qualities. Bhagavan Krishna clearly puts this point across. Now let us look at the chart. Gurudev says beautifully, no sample of coffee is possible without its three ingredients. He is always coming with very innovative ideas. Decoction, milk and sugar. The proportion in which they are mixed may be different from cup to cup according to the taste of the drinker, so to everything in this world. Now, you see, if you go to deep south, maybe Kerala somewhere, either coffee or chai, they only show the milk. Or at maximum, they show the milk. Sometimes they will just say the milk. That's all they do. Katta coffee, katak chai. Hardly any milk will be there. It is said that one Punjabi went to South India. Punjabis, full glass of milk. So this Punjabi guy went to Kerala and said, milk. Bring milk. Milk le aao. Yeah? Milk. So he got this small, cup of milk. He looked at it and said, Khan mein dalo. Because they like the coffee to be dark, black coffee all the time, or tea. Come little closer to Maharashtra or somewhere, or Gujarat, you go to Gujarat. Half a cup sugar, and then milk and coffee or tea, and then you put the spoon, it should stand there. It's called chamak khada hona chahiye. Chamach khada hona chahiye. And you put the spoon, it should stand. That means what? Full sugar, little milk, and little coffee or tea. That is what they like. That is called good coffee. A lot of good in that. If you go to Punjab, what will it be? As I said, full cup of milk, and again, there they just talk coffee in that, or say coffee or chai, that's all. It will be a trace of coffee. So is it not true? The three ingredients that makes coffee is the same: milk, sugar, and decoction. But according to the individual's taste, so will be the combination of it. So too, in this world, people have these three qualities. At any given point of time, they may change a predominance of one or the other. But when they are exposed from the very early stages of their life to a particular quality, either because of their family environment or because of the society and the community in which they have lived. In olden times, we are talking about when Krishna is talking to Arjuna. They did not have schools to learn. They learned everything from their own parents, from their own immediate neighborhood. When they lived in a particular place and the people around and the family itself had been undertaking a particular profession. Obviously, the learning starts from there only. They didn't have an opportunity to go and learn any special skills from anybody else. They pretty much confined themselves to their own learning. In which case, what they have learned is always from the immediate neighbors, parents and uncles and everybody around. So there would be a predominance of a particular quality over the other two most of the time. And based upon that, Bhagavan Krishna says here, thinkers, naturally endowed with and engage in serenity, self-mastery, austerity, purity, forgiveness, uprightness, knowledge, wisdom, and faith. They maintain the spiritual and moral fiber of the society. They are called Brahmanaha. Again, this needs to be understood very carefully, not by birth, but by the exposure. And so too, so it so happens that their exposure is based upon where they are born. You cannot expect the fish to climb the tree. They don't have an exposure to that. So based upon where they have been growing, what kind of a people they are dealing with, what kind of a family they are born, so too are the characteristics of that person. He cannot be otherwise. And he doesn't even know how to be otherwise. So thinkers are those people who are engaged in creating the spiritual and moral education and maintaining that standard in the society, and they are considered as a Brahmana. Earlier itself, Bhagavan had mentioned here, clearly he is only expanding that part here. Chadurvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagachaha tasya kartaram abhimam vidya akartaram avyayam. Maya srishtam, it's been created, Chadurvarnyam, guna karma vibhagachaha. According to their guna, quality of thinking, karma, what they are exposed are their skills. Tasya kartaram abhimam. I am the one who has created that kind of divisions, no doubt. But I am not confining them to that only. If they expose themselves to some other, they will obviously develop some other quality. But in general, very few will move out of their qualities like that because it is so ingrained in them. So thinkers are those. Then next one is, so if you see the percentage wise, Gurudev puts it there, the percentage of that 80% rajas, 15% sattva and 5% tamas. This is the quality of Brahman. Here again, as I want to make you understand, sattva is jnanam, rajas is karma, tamas is ajnanam or bhoga. So the next category is protectors. Kshatriyaha, naturally endowed with and engage in prowess, splendor, firmness, dexterity, generosity, lordliness, and not escaping from the battle with enemies. They vigilantly protect the society. If you look at these Brahmanaha, Kshatriyaha, and others also, their engagement in this world is not for a personal benefit. If they are engaged in educating the people and making sure that the king as well as the citizens of the country are following certain spiritual or, dharmic ways, it is for the sake of everyone, not for their own personal reasons. It is to educate the people, give them the correct guidance, so that the entire society benefits out of that. Similarly, the Kshatriyaha, they are interested in protecting the country even though they may be in danger, but they are ready to sacrifice themselves for the sake of protecting the safety of the community or the society in which they live, and therefore they are known for vigor, prowess, strength, determination, heroism. And for them, the rajas is 80%. Sattva is 15 and tamas is 5. Rajas, action. You cannot make them sit quiet at all. Every day they have to do the physical exercise, get themselves fit, and do all the skills that are necessary, because around the corner, anytime the enemy can be there, and I cannot, be lazy, and I am here responsible for the safety of the society. I have to be ready for that, and then, so they continuously engage in action. Then there comes the category of Vaishyaha, business people. Traders naturally engage in agriculture, cattle rearing, and trade. They enhance the wealth and financial strength of the society. For them, Rajas is 80% and Sattva is 5, Tamas is 15. They are also engaged in action only, but of a different kind, to bring the financial strength of the country, making sure that the product of the society is properly marketed and sold, and monetary gains are gained, financial strength is done, making sure that people live according to what they need, and give them the opportunity to buy and sell and all that. So action for protection is the Kshatriya, action for profit, and that will be benefiting the entire society is the nature of Vaishya. Both of them are in the field of action, but for different purposes. So if you ask a person who is a Vaishya or one who is exposed to this kind of a value system in his own house or household or family, or you cannot ask them to do anything else. They will not be able to do it. They will say, no, I will start on my own business. I will invest on this. And mind will be working in that direction. How to improve the financial strength, how to multiply the money, how to make sure that economically I'm wealthy and everybody else. Then comes the Shudraha, then laborers naturally engage in various service activities that will benefit all the other three, making sure the other three are able to do their function, and they make sure that they are giving their services, indirectly helping all the other three to function well. And none of them are considered superior or inferior. Bhagavan Krishna never mentions any of these things in Gita, or even in Upanishad, you will not find it. Just like in our physical body, every part of the body is essential for our well-being. Until it fails, only we'll know. Until it fails, you will not know. Only when it fails, oh, there is something called kidney. I never knew that. You have never seen it. Only when it stops, we will realize, oh, is it not true? How many have ever seen our kidney, or liver, or spleen, or lungs? Have you seen that? But at least brain, you see? है ही नहीं नहीं देखा नहीं है. There, obviously, just because you didn't see it, it's not there, but that's a different kind of a logical argument there. So we see that physically, when you are functioning, there are so many different things that are working, and so long as they are working well, you will have no problem. You will not even know that they are there. But the moment one of them starts to feel, in the same way, Brahmanaha, those who are engaged in spiritual education or dharmic education, guiding the people, teaching the people, making sure that the level of education of the community or society is increased, that is the work and the job and responsibility of the Brahmanas. See, it is said that even doctors, for example, it is their responsibility to make sure the society is healthy. In China, old China, it is said that the doctors are paid every month certain amount, and that will not be paid if any one of them falls sick. It's interesting. They are paid so that they will maintain the health. If any one of them in the family is sick, they will not be paid. They are constantly on it. Are you doing it correctly? Are you taking your diet? Are you eating proper food? And that is their responsibility. It is not that when you're sick, you go to the doctor. When you're sick, the doctor comes running to you. Don't get sick. I will not be paid. That would be nice enough to have such kind of things. So whether it is a Brahmana who takes care of that education part of it, spiritual and social or material education, and the Kshatriyas are responsible for the protection. It is like you have a McAfee or something in your Norton or something in your computer. It is responsible to make sure that the virus do not attack it. You're paying for it. In the same way, they are there to protect and make sure that the society is in safe hands. Similarly, Vaishyas are responsible for the increase of GDP in the country. They are responsible. They want to make sure that there is a constant increase and standard of life, standard of living, sorry. No, standard of life or standard of life? Index, standard of life, living. Standard of life, Gurudev would say it's a value system. And making sure that the entire place is livable. That is Kshatriya. I mean, that is a Shudra. Making sure that everybody is able to do their work very well. That is also important. So this way, Natatasya prativyam va divideveshu va punaha. Whether it is the earth or the heaven or among the gods, sattvam prakriti jair muktam yate bisyat tribirgunaihi. Nothing is devoid of these three qualities of Prakriti, and everything is branded or categorized in those three categories only. So, intention of this is that when you are eating the food, be aware what will increase your sattva, and what will increase your rajas, and what will increase your tamas. So when you are giving food to your children early morning when they are going to school, don't give tamasic food. They will go there into the classroom and for everything the teacher says, they will nod. Or we have children on Sunday morning, we can see the impressions of the pillow on their head. Because they just came out of that. They didn't even take shower, run. So they were directly from the bed, picked up by the parents and brought here. They were sent there. Sahana vavatu, sahana gunatu. If children are there like that, it's okay. But the teacher are like that, then what do you do? Now, so don't give tamasic food in the morning. What is tamasic food? If we really go by the Gita, you will be really surprised. Anything older than 3 hours is tamas. Cereal with cold milk. Tamas for the first order. Nothing is cooked there. Everything is cold. Put in the fridge and then picked up directly from there. Sugar and gone. Anyway, let's not go that far there. So you are engaging in the day as activities, which is essentially predominantly action, then the food should have rajas. If you are engaging, most of us in today's world, how many of us are physically exerting during our work? For physical exertion, you need rajasic food. For mental exertion, you need sattvic food. Because you're thinking. How many of us are rolling up our sleeves and then going out 8 hours sweating and toiling in the hot sun? Do we? Then you need rajasic food. Most of us are sitting under the AC and never getting up for 3-4 hours. Maximum movement is by the hand to the smokes and comes back. Then the food is meant for the thinking, for the mind. So we have discussed that in previous chapters also. So this way, one has to become aware what one is already in and how one can move ahead to the next level or higher gunas. So it is usually said that, rajas, no doubt, is that which is engaging you in action. There is no doubt about that. But that does not improve you in your understanding. You keep doing the same thing again and again does not mean you are mature. Your maturity doesn't come by repeating an action. You may be skillful, but you are not able to improve in your thinking and improving in the way of doing things. In the way of dealing with people also, it is not that I know a person very well, therefore I can deal it well, is different from I know that person. I have a better understanding about myself, then I know how to improve my relationship with the people around. So I put a small note here to make us understand. Let us go to the next one, and then he will explain, and I will talk about that. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha parantapa Karmani pravibhaktani Swabhava prabhavair gunaihi Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha parantapa Karmani pravibhaktani Swabhava prabhavair gunaihi Swabhava prabhavaihi gunaihi स्वभाव से जो गुण है उसका प्रभाव से by the natural qualities that are there in the person, accordingly karmani, actions, pravibhaktani are divided. The actions are divided based upon the predominant qualities which are naturally in the person. As I said, if sattva is predominant, that is the swabhava. Swabhava means predominant quality. The predominant quality is sattva, and then accordingly actions to those people are prescribed. When you are engaging people in your own workplace, you are a HR person, and you are interviewing people. You have 4 or 5 different openings are there. Then you look at it, oh, he doesn't fit into this. See, in the same department, you have a managerial position and the salesperson, marketing person, financial person, and let us say something else. So you look at the qualification first of all, and then look at it where that person's quality is. And based upon that, you would give the karma. In the same way, here, Bhagavan says, broadly speaking, based upon the predominant quality, the actions are also divided to them. Because society needs all of the 4 of them. One cannot say one is more important than the other, then it will be a lopsided growth. If a society has got only thinking intellectual, nobody is working. Financially doldrums. No production is done. No marketing is done. No industries. Then what will you do? Then you have to, everything you have to be exporting, importing only. And that requires money. Money is not there. Then intellectual society. You don't need to go too far away from here. Tibet, for example. Why it was captured by China, for example? No industry, no military, no agriculture. Those who have traveled will know that. No electricity, no development at all. Then what happens? You are most vulnerable. Is it not true? There's nobody to protect, nobody to produce, nobody to maintain or organize. Then such a society which does not have all the aspects of it will be vulnerable to external dangers. So a society must consist of these 4 different qualities of the people doing these 4 different functions. Then only it can protect itself, produce itself, educate itself, and do their thing for themselves independently. So this way, Brahmanaha, Kshatriya, Visham, Shudranam cha karmani prabhibhakta. Therefore, the work has been divided according to their predominant qualities. As again, I want to reiterate this point. Do not say that one is more important than the other. This is the political view just to divide the people have been done for ages and centuries. It is only to make people feel, oh, we are down, we are being mistreated, so that, you see, you are all mistreated. These fellows should not be there in the power. Vote for us. This is how, not only in India, everywhere. Look around you. You'll see that. They are persecuting you. They are not exposing you. Others are coming and taking over your job. Therefore, what do you do? Nothing. I'll take your vote and enjoy my movement. That's all. What did you do? The other extreme is everybody would work, will support somebody else. That is also wrong. I am producing, why are you giving to somebody else? At some corner of this globe, there is a problem. Take the money from you and put it there. Why? Because I want to be an international leader. That is also wrong. So where the society is, there should be your resources spent, because you are producing and production is happening here, protection has to be done here, and people in this part of the society must feel safe. And once you have fulfilled that, then you do other. Put your house in order first. So the actions have been divided in this world based upon the predominant quality of that person. Again, the person is a product of that family, product of that society, product of that community in which he is exposed to. So if you look at it carefully here, in the case of a Brahmana, Sattva is said to be predominant, as we have seen before. And Sattva is basically, the Sattvic person is engaged in Jnana, pursuit of knowledge, learning, thinking, and sharing. This is the nature of a Brahman. Because in any society or any organization, there should be people who are planning and thinking about what is going to happen in 10 years from now. What should we do for us to reach that goal in 10 years from now? What are the policies that we have to implement so that we proceed in that direction? What are the new product has to come? Study the market, research it, understand the quality of people, understand what their needs are, and then develop our science and technology based upon that and move ahead. This is a thinker. Thinker is not sitting in his room and thinking, looking at the ceiling. No. Whereas Rajas is, as I said, action, executive class. Executive class, not in the flight I am talking. Executive class are those people who bring down the action plan. What are the things to be done? How do we expand the society and the organization? What are the new people to be recruited? What skills level they should have? How do we execute the policies? And when you execute policy, you need investment. Call this investor, financial team. How are we doing in our product? And how are we going to improve our income? How do we reduce our cost? It's not that in today's business, everything is already there. You cannot say that it is Krishna was talking about some old system. Even today, it is applicable in any place you go. And finally comes the workers who actually make things done. Make it happen. They have to get it working. Product will not come because you have designed it. It has to be done. Somebody has to work on it. Sweat and toil. So here we see that karma, jnanam for sattvic, karma for rajas, and bhoga usually it is said to be the Shudra, because laborer class are those people who no doubt work, but because of their physical work and exertion, they actually need more of bhoga. It's not their bhoga, they want bhoga, but they have to have that. They cannot help it. Because physical exertion alone is their action from morning till evening. So Bhagavan doesn't say that these are all people of Bhoga. No, because unfortunately that's what they need at their predominant level. That is what they have as their need. And if you look at it in our, as I said, that sleep is the nature of tamas, dream is of the nature of the Vaishya. Wake, and then, so sorry, dream is the nature of Rajas, sleep is the nature of Tamas, and waking is of the nature of Sattva, and releasing from the whole thing is Trigunatita, called Moksha, Samadhi. Now, Bhagavan not only confines the people only to these three qualities, but in the 14th chapter, he talked about one who has gone beyond the qualities of these three into the higher nature of the self, which is also the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, he is presently talking about the present predicament of all of us, where we are, either Rajasic, Sattvic, or Tamasic. But he says these three are there whether you like it or not. But then your Purushartha, your effort, your sadhana is depending upon how you are able to go beyond these three and reach the point of oneness with the self, which is immortal, which is beyond the gunas. So that is samadhi sthitihi, where these three qualities do not affect him. It is important, therefore, first we'll understand these three qualities, how it works in our personality, and then go and then also know how a person who is able to reach the beyond the qualities, three qualities, and then from that standpoint, none of these three qualities will have any influence on him, or he will not allow them to overpower him. Though, when he is living in this world, he has to express one of them. Mostly sattvic. Because that is where knowledge alone takes him from one level to the next level. Rajas does not give you freedom or moksha. Jnanam does. And that jnanam is possible when the sattva is predominant. So he will consciously move from tamas to rajas to sattva and beyond that also. That he will talk about. Not that only a person of this particular category of action is eligible for it. No. Everyone is eligible to reach that highest point, provided such a person keeps that as his goal. Because without keeping that goal, the vision, there is no improvement there. So now, having spoken about Brahmana, Kshatriya, Visham, Shudranam, cha Parantapa, Karmani Prabhibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavaihi Gunaini. Now he starts now about what is the quality of Brahmana and how and why a Brahmana is eligible to engage in the pursuit of knowledge. What are the qualities required for pursuit of knowledge and how it is found in a Brahmana? Brahmana here again means those who are exposed to this lifestyle and predominantly having sattvic qualities. Shamodamastapa shaucham Shantirarjavameva cha Jnanam vijnanamastikyam Brahma karma svabhavajam Shamodamastapa shaucham Shantirarjavameva cha Jnanam vijnanamastikyam Brahma karma svabhavajam. ब्रह्म कर्म स्वभावजम, ये स्वभाव से उसका ब्रह्म कर्म है, ब्राह्मणस्य कर्म. The action or the engagement of a brahmana is very swabhava. What kind of swabhava he has, that's why he is eligible for the pursuit of knowledge. Now, any pursuit of knowledge requires their entire personality to be certain discipline, under certain discipline. It is not true that when your Sunday is over, what do you tell your children tonight, go to bed early? Why? You don't do that on Friday night. Friday night party. Saturday night, one more party. But Sunday night, 6 o'clock. Get up, get in, finish your homework, go to bed. Why? Next morning, you have to get up early, get ready to not shower, directly from the bed to the schools. Pull them into the car and put them in, go. But anyway, you have to sleep so that next morning you won't be sleepy. So why you are making the discipline? Because the child is going for education, knowledge. Knowledge requires discipline. That's why in Taittiriya Upanishad, first chapter is what? Shikshavali. Discipline. How to create discipline in life. So what kind of a discipline is necessary for gaining knowledge? Control of the senses and control of the mind. Shamaha, damaha, tapaha. Control of the mind. It's beautifully said in Vivek Chudamani by Shankaracharya. Virajya vishaya vratat dosha drishtya muhurmuhu swalakshye niyatavastha manasah shama uchyate. Manasah shamaha uchyate. This is called the control of the mind. Control of the mind is not a suppression or a punishment to the mind. He says very clearly, Virajya Vishaya Vratat. Vishaya Vrata means loosely, unconsciously or mindlessly engaging in the pursuit of the objects of pleasure. Virajya Vishaya Vratat. Having taken away the sense organs from their usual and mindless engagement in the objects. How do you do that? When the small children are small, you tell them, I tell you, don't do it. See, you put your authority over them and they make no TV, okay? So, you can do that when the child is not thinking. Moment they become 9 or 10. Daddy, you are seeing. Why not? Well, time up. Yesterday I received one WhatsApp saying, the son was asking the daddy, Daddy, today we have 3G, 4G, 5G. In your time, you did not have those. No, we didn't have any of those. We had Pitaji, Mataji, Guruji. They, whenever we make it, they give one slap. All the network is completely taken care. So Shamaha is Virajya Vishaya Vratat Dosha Drishtya Muhurmuhu. So as one grows into the life and then understand that somebody need not tell me, I should see what is the limitation of this. What is the wrong aspect of this particular exposure that will affect my mind? Dosha Drishti means see the defective part of it. What are the disadvantage in engaging in? Or what are the impediment and problems that I'll have in my mind by exposing myself to this? This is called Dosha Drishti. And that is also possible for a person only when he or she has the correct goal in mind. Swalakshye niyata avastha. In clearly keeping in view of the goal in mind. If you tell your children that you have to have now that's a goal that you have set, keeping that in mind, you now tell, see, till when the child is small, they would not, so as they grow, that you have to maintain that, otherwise you will not get the correct university, and then if you don't, all that you show the consequences, what will happen. Oh, okay. So, Swalakshe Niyatavastha, keeping the goal in mind clearly. So, Virajya Vishayavratat, Dosha Drishtya, Muhurmuhu, Swalakshe Niyata Avastha, Manasaha Shama Uchyate. This is called the actual control of the mind. It is not forcing the mind. That's what Gurudev say. Never fight with the mind. Educate it. We'll see more of it in the next class. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkhabhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.